Hello, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to Space Åge Tarot. This is a channel where I give you guys readings based off of your current state, your current energies, and I'm not here to define your future or tell you what's going to happen in your future definitively. No, this is just me reading the state you are in and just giving you the best advice that the universe is trying to give to you right now. So in this reading, I'm going to be telling you guys what you need to know right now. What do your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, the universe, what do you need to hear right now? So that's what we're going to get into. But before we get to that, feel free to subscribe to my channel at any point. Feel free to like this video and please leave a comment down below letting me know how you liked your reading and what pile you chose. So let's get to the card selection. This is pile number 1 with the Hematite. This is pile number 2 with the clear quartz. Pile number 3 with the Carnelian. And pile number 4 with the tree agate. Okay, so feel free to pause the video to select your card. Definitely meditate for a moment, take a few deep breaths just to get in tune with the reading, and let's get into it. Oh, and the timestamps will be posted in the description box and the comments. All right, so those of you who chose pile number 1, the Hematite, let's get into your reading. Okay, so starting off, we have the Lovers in reverse. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So what I'm seeing right off the bat is a potential relationship in your life that might be out of balance or out of sync. It's possible that it's a relationship you have with another person or a relationship that you have with yourself. And the way that I'm seeing this affecting your life right now is that you are working really hard towards a certain goal, or you've implemented a system in your life to reach a certain goal, and you've been putting in a lot of hard work, but you're putting in a lot of extra work because of this relationship. It might be a relationship you have with a certain thing like food or your body or money. It's possible, given all of these pentacle cards, that you might have a certain relationship with money that might be a little shaky or imbalanced. And what I'm seeing here is that the work you're doing, it's going to pay off. I'm seeing it's going to pay off no matter what. You will be financially secure and abundant, or materially abundant, very soon. But there's a little bit of something holding you back here. And it's like you're working too hard, perhaps. And I think it's likely due to a relationship with yourself. Maybe you're having a little bit of trouble accepting yourself or loving yourself, or you're being too hard on yourself. And right now it's like you need to be, less hard on yourself and just allow the abundance to come into your life. It seems like you've already put in a lot of work. This could be a relationship nearing its end. It's possible that you're experiencing this difficulty because you might be letting somebody go, or there might be a very significant relationship in your life that's fizzling out. And that's causing it to be a little bit difficult for you to get to where you want to go, which is the materialization of your dreams. So this 10 of Pentacles in reverse, this is your financial dreams, your materialistic dreams coming to fruition, but it's in reverse. So it's like it's the 8, 9, and 10, but it's like you're almost like delayed. Like you're almost there, but it's like it's delayed a little bit because you're going through something that's actually keeping it from manifesting quickly enough in your life. So what I'm seeing here is that the result of this is you are going to be financially independent. You're going to complete this goal that you've been working on, this project, this manifestation is going to come true. But because it's already happening, it's already in arrival right now. This is it arriving. It's just not fully happening because of something that's going on in your life. So it might arrive even if you delay this, but it's really important. So either it's a relationship you have with yourself or something in your life that is stopping you. But let's get some more clarification on what this relationship might be. Okay, so with your other oracle cards, we have focus. That really ties in with you working really hard on this project and like honestly working way too hard. And this is like this distraction in your life. It's causing you to not really see the full extent of your manifestation yet. And then we have the self-love card. And yeah, that might really tie in with, that definitely ties in with this Lovers in Reverse card, because that's what the Lovers in Reverse can often represent, the relationship you have with yourself. Are you experiencing a good relationship with yourself? Are you being too hard on yourself? I don't see this as like you're, disparaging yourself, calling yourself names or something like that. I see this more as you being a perfectionist, you putting in way too much work, not taking care of your health, perhaps. You're really putting in too much work right now against something. There's something that's causing you to have more on your plate right now. Let's get some more messages from your guides. Let them go. The tree. Okay, so if this is a relationship with another person, the Lover's card often indicates not necessarily like the worst tumultuous relationship ending, but a relationship fizzling out. It's very possible that you're still holding on to somebody that, like, when you have this come up in your life, you're going to have this come up. This is guaranteed to happen. You are going to be successful in the material plane. Your finances are going to go up. Your business is going to be successful. But it's possible that when you go into this next phase of your life, when you move into these next phases of your life, this person might be holding you back. Or this relationship you have with yourself is holding you back. Maybe you're going to end up burning out. It's very possible you might end up burning out if you don't stop, working so hard and so tirelessly. Because to be abundant, it requires you to let go a little bit, to allow things to come into your life. And I think that's kind of what the universe is trying to tell you. It's like you're kind of getting this little delay here because you might need to pull back. You might need to take care of yourself. And that might mean letting somebody go that, you love, but you guys aren't serving each other's needs the way you should be. Maybe this isn't really the partnership for you. Maybe this person is holding you back. Maybe this person does have some toxicity, It seems like I was saying before, maybe there wasn't that much toxicity, but I am getting this sense a little bit that there could be some level of toxicity if it is a relationship with yourself or a relationship. I mean, anytime you're working too hard on something or something is adding this extra pressure to your life, it is toxic. But I didn't want to end up putting like such a high degree onto it, because I'm wanting you to be balanced, because a lot of times it's like a pendulum. You don't want to swing back in the other way. So it's in receiving this message, think about the things in your life that are toxic, right? That may seem toxic, but it's like you don't actually have to cut out sugar, for example, completely. That might be something that's too toxic, right? Let's say you're eating too many, too many muffins and, sugary things, cookies, right? I don't want you guys, like, I'm not seeing in here, I'm not feeling from the energy of these cards, like what my spirit guides are telling me. I do not feel like you need to swing all the way back into the other direction. You might need to let somebody go, but that doesn't mean that you have to let them go and see them in the worst light or not be friends with that person. Maybe you have, cookies on Fridays, or one cookie a day or something. I think you guys kind of understand what I'm saying, right? So the next one is be honest with yourself. Yeah. There's something here, like this Lovers in reverse. It's like you're going to be successful, but like, how do you want that to be? I think the universe is saying, like, it's almost like you're stopping this final streak from happening. Like, you're at the finish line and you're not finishing yet because you do not want to cross over to the other side with these old energies. Like, you yourself are like, okay, I have my game plan already. I already made that system. I don't want to cross this threshold with these old energies. Okay, so be honest with yourself, right? Is there something in your life that you're holding on to because you think you have to? Yeah, maybe a relationship. Every hurricane comes to an end. Yeah. So I'm seeing that you have to end something in order to start something. It's like almost like the death card, but it's not like you went through this huge transformation. It's just that something is just fizzling out right now. Something is, ending naturally. It's like you want it to end, and you know that you're going to be living an entirely different life. So I think what the universe is trying to let you know right now is that you need to focus on yourself for this transformation to occur. Do you see this butterfly? The butterfly is one of the ultimate symbols of transformation. And so what I'm seeing right now is that you're going through a transformation. And I think it's like you're almost there. You've started like this business. You've started this game plan for where you're going to go. And before you go, there needs to be like this cleansing. It's like you have to transform who you once were. And I think it's just letting go of this relationship with something that isn't serving you right now. And also because you're so because this is such a fruitful, what I'm seeing is like such a fruitful ending, such a powerful, abundant ending. You also don't want to swing the other way. You don't want to, for example, like I said with the sugar, you don't want to start depriving yourself if you're going to be in abundance. So make sure you have that balance right now. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Congratulations on what you're working towards, because it will manifest. There is a delay right now because of you. I think ultimately it's your unconscious mind. You're kind of it's like you're almost there and you just really want to move on to another phase. Because if you go to this phase and then this is still there, it's like you're not going to feel that level of satisfaction that you would. Yeah, and every hurricane comes to an end. There is something that needs to end for this transformation to occur. Wow. I'm really excited for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And leave a comment down below, pile number 1. I definitely want to hear from you guys, see how you guys liked your reading. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys. All right, so those of you who chose the second pile with the crystal quartz, let's get into your reading. Okay, so starting off, we have the 5 of Swords, the Devil in reverse. We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. Judgment in reverse. Then we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. So, okay. What I'm seeing is that it's very possible that you have had a conflict with somebody, you've gotten into an argument with somebody, or you might have said some rather harsh words, or they said some harsh words to you. There's some kind of tension that has occurred recently in your life, in your relationships. What I'm seeing is that you are being called to look within right now. Your guides want you to know that it's time to have some inner reflection, some internal searching. You need to look inside of yourself right now, because I'm sensing that there's a lot of transformation and change to go for you right now. It's possible that you've had a lot of relationships falling apart in your life. And I'm seeing right here with the 5 of Swords that you've had some conflicts with people, and you've had some people leaving your life. That's not necessarily your fault. Of course, you know, it takes 2 to tango and whatnot, but there is something going on where people are leaving, and that might be something that's good for you. It's possible that you're leaving behind like some toxic people right now, or it's possible that you might have some toxic behaviors of your own that you might want to address. And it's not like saying that you're a bad person. Everyone has their own thing to deal with in life. No one is perfect. Everyone has their shadow side. And I think right now you're being called to talk to your shadow and address the things in your life that you want to improve. Because what I'm seeing with this 2 of Cups in reverse, it's like your relationships right now aren't super like kosher. They're just not really panning out the way that you like. And part of that with this Judgment in reverse is you having to reflect on what you are responsible for. Like, at the end of the day, we're all responsible for ourselves. So in any relationship, sometimes, you know, it's like when you see a certain pattern, and I'm seeing a pattern here of your relationships fizzling out, there is something. I see people, I think you're a very sensitive person. I'm seeing someone who's extremely sensitive. And it seems to me that there are people that are, you know, potentially harming you in your relationships. But it's also, I think, your lack of trust in other people that's also getting inflamed. It seems as though like what I'm getting right now is like cortisol, like that's the sense I'm getting. I'm hearing cortisol, I'm seeing that in my head right now. Like, it's very possible that it's necessary for you to lower the cortisol in your body. It seems like you've been very stressed out in your life, and you've dealt with a lot of heartache and pain from a lot of different people letting you down, and it seems like you're triggered. And the reason why people get triggered oftentimes is because in their bodies they have an excess of cortisol from years and years of stress being pent up. So I'm thinking you guys might need to do some form of exercise, like some kind of cardio, to lower your stress levels right now. I think that's what your spirit guides want you to know right now, because I think you're dealing with lots of people, I think you feel very lonely right now because a lot of people are turning away from you, and it's possible that's because you're changing right now. You're letting things go, and it's like I think it's like you don't know who you are right now, and you're trying to figure that out. Like, you need to know yourself right now, and you're learning yourself, and along the way it's like people are going to butt heads with you. There's going to be some level of conflict in your life, and I'm seeing that right now. And at the same time, I do think it's like you need to look at what you're doing in this situation, because it's like with the Seven of Swords here, it's like the imposter, right? Like the imposter syndrome. It's very possible that you don't feel like you belong anywhere, and so what ends up happening is you end up pushing people away because you feel like they won't want you. So I'm seeing what's happening with your relationship right now is that you have your own preconceived notions based off of all the times people have hurt you, and you're easily triggerable at this time because you have something in your life is making you very stressed out. And it's very possible that right now you just need to work on yourself and looking within what you're responsible for and having compassion for yourself, because you have to understand that, to me, it seems right now that you've been really hurt in your past. And so people have treated you badly in the past, and now it's like these preconceived notions are like really haunting you. And when you see things and you assume that they're not good, if you assume a person is not, good intentioned, you might end up like lashing out at them. And it's not that they're not doing anything wrong, it's just that you might have an extreme reaction to it. And Spirit is telling me that you need to look within and, be alone right now and work on calming your body down, because it seems to me, from what I'm seeing right here, like I feel like your body like is in a state of fight or flight almost. It's like, and that happens to a lot of people. And what happens with cortisol or something like that, like any type of stress in the body, is it stays there unless it's released. So if you have a stressful event happen and you didn't have the release of fight or flight, it stays in your body and it stays as a memory inside of your body. And yeah, I'm seeing that you're almost traumatized. But now it's like when you're interacting with people in your relationships, you have like almost an inability to like tolerate things, and it's like they're doing things wrong, but it's also like your reaction is like really like heavy-handed, and it's like you're so hurt, and it's like right now I'm hearing that you need to heal that part of you. And I'm thinking drinking some chamomile tea, exercising, meditating, being alone right now, reflecting, meditating is so important right now. Wisdom. Okay, well, that really ties into what I just said about like meditating, going within. Right now, you just need to focus on you, because it's not your fault. It is not your fault. It isn't your fault that you're feeling this at all. It's just that you've been through a lot, you know? You've been through so much. Oh my God, self-reflection. Wow. It's like you're not intending to hurt anyone. You just don't want to be hurt anymore. And it's like, right now, and so now it's like you're doing things and you don't recognize yourself anymore. Like you don't recognize who you are anymore, because now it's like this darkness has found its way inside of you a little bit, and you were that kind person and you were treated terribly, but now it's like the second someone, gets in your face or something, or says something that's off color to you, you suddenly become this person that needs to defend themselves. You automatically are trying to defend yourself. Wow. Okay, growth. Word. Yep. Yeah, I think right now this is the time in your life when you take time for yourself and you take care of yourself and seek a transformation, because this is not who you are. You're not this person. You're not someone, this is not who you want to be. I see that. You're just going through a really hard time, and people that are in your life right now, they have no right to be that way towards you, but at the same time, you don't have to turn into someone that you're not in order to defend yourself. The next card, the masculine. Okay. So with this masculine card, I'm seeing it's very possible that you're very much in, I honestly think it's I think you are very much in your feminine energy, because the feminine energy is the energy of chaos, and that's kind of what I'm seeing right here. I'm seeing someone who's in internal chaos, and I feel like you need to develop some structure in your life. And I think the structure needs to be implementing some, practices to calm your body down, to calm your spirit down, and to just calm down your whole essence, because that's who you are. What I'm seeing is that you are a person who is very kind and gentle, and people have not treated you well in the past, and you're just trying to be treated well, but you also don't want to be defined by all of the years of heartache, Don't be afraid to sing. Yes, I feel like this really symbolizes you needing to do some healing practices. Maybe singing is one of them. Maybe you need to sing and work on your throat chakra. It's possible your throat chakra might be overactive now, because it's you're in backlash mode, but don't be afraid to heal yourself. Don't be afraid to work on who you are right now. Maybe right now you just need to... Oh, you know what? Okay. Do you remember what I was saying about you working on calming your body down and making sure you're less triggerable, because your body might be in this fight or flight state? What I'm seeing right now is that what you really need to do right now in order to heal is channel this feeling, channel this pain into art. Okay? That's what you need to do right now. when you're feeling like this, the way that you're going to calm your body down is like art therapy. You really need this art therapy. And not only that, when you do this, you are going to create some bomb ass art, okay? Because anytime you channel your pain into art, I'm an artist, I just know that like when you channel your really, hard feelings into art, you create some beautiful art, and it heals you, and it heals other people. And you see these 3 mermaids. I see that when you do this, when you start channeling your feelings into art, you are going to meet people, you're going to meet friends, you're going to have a collective energy around you. Things are going to change. So the people that have been treating you badly in your present and past life, they're gone. Don't focus on them anymore. Don't allow them to transform you into someone that you're not. Work on yourself. Reflect on what you need to improve, what things you don't like that have come out of all of this, and just focus on putting all of that into your artwork, and people will come. The people that are for you will come. The other artists, the other creative people will come into your life. Universe, we are all just stardust. Yes, you have to remember who you are. Like I'm seeing here, you have to remember who you are. It's like, do not let all of this, don't let any of this turn you into someone that you're not. You are stardust. You are what makes up this universe. You know, and I know that you are divine. So it's time to start embracing your divinity, perhaps your divine masculine energy right now. You need to embrace that divine masculine. You need to balance out your life. Balance your hormones. Cortisol is a hormone, Like I think about that in my life too. Sometimes I get really anxious. Like I have periods where I get like really anxious often. And I'm like, why do I keep getting anxious this week, right? And I realized it's like your hormones, they get out of balance sometimes. Like the masculine and feminine, like in our lives, they get out of balance. So drinking chamomile tea, doing yoga, doing breath work, taking deep breaths, it's so important because you have, like what I'm seeing is that you have infinite potential. I see an artist. I see someone who can make groundbreaking art here, right? And like so many artists have dealt with such rejection from other people. Like you've been so rejected, and it's like now is the time to just focus on your work. Don't think about the end result. Thinking about the end result is going to make your motivations extrinsic. Focus on your intrinsic parts of yourself. Focus on the inner work. And so much is going to happen for you as a result. The outcome, if you see the cards here, it's like all these muted colors, right? And then you have these 2 cards at the end, right? That are just like pink and beautiful, and they're so cosmically universal. Like look at the colors. It's just like space and beauty. Like spaceship, universe. It's like channel your frustrations into something beautiful. That's the message for you guys. That's what you guys need to know right now. You guys need to channel your message into something beautiful. You need to reconnect with your divinity and remember who you are. You're made of stardust. You are divine. Okay? So don't forget that. Okay? Don't let people bring you down anymore. Don't let people and their judgments make you transform into someone that you don't like. Okay? So start reflecting. Don't think about what they've done anymore. Okay? If you're dwelling on what other people have done, don't do that anymore. Just focus on what you can improve, what you want to improve in your life. Take notes. Take notes about who you want to be right now, right? Create a system and work every day on that. Just get all of those feelings out every day into something creative, okay? I love you guys. I hope that this was helpful, pile number 2s. And yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of your reading. yeah, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. All right, so those of you who chose pile number 3 with the Carnelian, let's get into your reading. Okay, so starting off, we have the Hanged Man in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse, the World, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, what I'm seeing here is that you're very resistant right now to taking a pause. So I see that you have a particular endeavor that you're trying to accomplish. You have a specific goal that you're trying to accomplish. But right now is the time that I think that you need to start assessing right now. I'm seeing that either your approach to what you're doing is not beneficial to you right now, or you might be overthinking it. So it's like you're being asked right now, to reflect on how you're approaching life or how you're approaching an important situation in your life. Because what I'm seeing with the Hanged Man in reverse is that you might be a perfectionist. You might have a certain project and you won't submit that project because you're concerned about it being perfect. And nothing is perfect. Nothing can be perfect. But in order to achieve like this idea of perfection, which you probably won't even feel like you've achieved, it's going to delay all of your projects for a very long time, or delay something that's very important to you, like moving, or delay a certain action in your life for a long time because you're trying to get it to be 100% great, 100% perfect. And it's either that situation, that particular scenario, or it's like you're resisting pausing, taking a break. And it's, in a sense, it can be a combination too, because you could be working on something to achieve this perfection instead of taking a break, pausing, coming back to it later. And it's like I think it's like a project or some kind of manifestation that you're working on right now. And you're trying to 100% it. You're trying to make it 100% perfect. And instead of like just taking a moment and looking at what you're doing, or just taking a break, you're just deciding to like muscle it. And it's like right now, what you need right now, what the universe is trying to tell you, is that you need to take a break. It's kind of like playing piano or some type of skill, like rock climbing. Like, these are just 2 examples I know personally. So let's say you're playing the piano, right? You're practicing a scale and you're trying to get it perfect. And you keep practicing it for like 10 days, and it's a really hard scale, right? Your fingers are just not catching up with you, and you've just been practicing nonstop, and you're like, wow, I should have gotten this by now. If you take that break for like 2 days, let your tendons adapt, in 2 days' time, like, you'll go back, and something that you couldn't play, suddenly you play it smoothly and easily. You didn't even achieve it the first time you tried it, but you suddenly achieve it. Or if you're rock climbing, you're just trying to get your proprioception right. You're trying to put your hands and your feet in the right place, but you can't seem to understand it. But then you take some time apart from that activity, and then you go back, and suddenly you're able to do things. You're able to see things. You're able to maneuver your body in ways that you weren't able to when you were really trying day after day after day. So just like this in life, sometimes we need to take a step back and pause from something, because you might be practicing something or putting forth effort into something over and over again, and you don't give yourself a break, and you don't give yourself time to assimilate all of the juices and the nourishment from those activities into your body, into your reality. So it's really necessary for you to take a break. And I know that it feels hard because what I'm seeing here is that you're a perfectionist. I know it's hard, but you need to take just a break, a breather, and let yourself relax. And I'm seeing that it's like you don't want to. With this King of Wands here, it's like you want to take, it's like you don't think that it would help. Like you're so deep into this process, but you don't see that it's going to help you. And it's like you're going to burn out if you don't stop. That's what I'm seeing. I'm hearing like that you're going to burn out if you don't just take a minute. Because what I mean by burnout is like your energy will burn out for one, and for two, you're going to put so much effort into this particular thing that you won't feel the drive to do the next creative project. Like you won't feel the drive to work on the next thing, to do the next thing. It's going to drain your energy, and it's going to drain your motivation. And that's what perfectionism often does. Like in the past, like I'm a musician, so like if I was going to record like, I don't know, vocals or something, I would take, at the beginning, I was a very perfectionistic person. So I would take like 30 takes. It would be hours of just like really tiring work. And it would take me forever to work on the next song or just get the motivation to want to work again, because the entire process was so daunting. I was so tired out from the first experience, and just the annoyance of the first experience of taking so many takes, just having to sing it over and over again, hours, just trying to be getting it perfect. And none of them really sounded completely perfect because all of them kind of sounded the same. It was kind of pointless. And so after a while, it was like I had to create a system and be like, okay, I'm going to take a break. And what I'm going to do when I start again is I'm just going to do 4 takes. I'm only going to do 4. And that's what it's going to be, right? And then the next day I'm going to work on it. And you know what? I'm able to enjoy the process now. I'm able to work on it like every other day because I'm not being perfectionistic about it. So that's kind of the thing that I feel like the universe is trying to tell you right now. They're trying to say, if you're going to be perfectionistic, it's not going to work for you because you're going to spend so much time on this and you're not going to recover enough to work on the next project. And with this World card right here, it's like I think what's happening is you're very gifted, and I feel like this is the trap for a lot of talented people. Like you're talented and gifted, and you focus so much on quality, and quality is like more important than anything. It's more important than quantity for sure, but you need to focus on quantity right now. Like you need to focus on the quantity of your work because you already have the quality. That's what the universe wants you to know right now. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Like you have the foundations, you have the skills to do what you need to do. If you want to get it out there, you have to just keep producing it over and over again. You can't just do one here, one masterpiece here, because it needs to build on top of itself, and it can't build on top of itself if you don't release your work often enough, right? Or if you don't commit to this thing often enough, if you're not consistent. Because what's happening is like, I see what's happening is you're working on small spurts every once in a while. Your energy is in small spurts of motivation. I think what I'm seeing right now is that you're generally unmotivated as a person, but every once in a while you'll have a spurt and then you'll get these peaks of perfection and masterful work, but it's like, it's so sparse that no one even takes notice. Like the world doesn't even take notice of what you're working on. So yeah, you need to be consistent and forget about the quality. Do the work. Just do the work, get it done. Limit yourself to a certain thing. Say you have to set the boundaries with yourself. Like, set the boundaries with yourself. Before you get into working, you know, it seems like you're finishing your project right now. You just need to pull the plug. Just get the finishing touches done if it's already done, or just pull the plug now and just put it out there. That's what I'm seeing right now. You just need to get things done more consistently, and the way that you're going to do that is by letting go of perfectionism entirely. And you know what? With this Knight of Wands, what I'm seeing is that this is what's been taking away your motivation. This has been taking away your motivation. It's been draining your creativity. So what the universe wants you to know right now is that if you abandon this perfectionistic mindset, if you commit to just the creative process, you will be more motivated and you will be more inspired. You're going to have so much more inspiration because you are draining all of your energy to create whenever you do this. So it's right now, the universe wants you to know, focus on just getting it out there, because then you're going to get more creative ideas. The universe is going to channel more creative ideas to you. You're going to get more inspiration. You're going to start seeing more things, get more business ideas, get more artistic ideas, get more solutions to your math problems, whatever it is. Like, you're going to receive more of it, and it's going to come faster. That's what happens. That's why when you see like an artist and they're releasing tons, they make lots of paintings, they get more. It doesn't run out. The creativity grows the more that they work on it. So it's really important that you start working on your creative potential, because right now it's like you have talent is what I'm seeing. You have talent, and it's like what they always say, like you can be really talented, but then somebody who's not talented will just work harder and do more, you know? And if you have both, if you have the do more and the talent, you're going to explode. I see you exploding, like, in a good way. Okay, boundaries. Didn't I just say boundaries? You need to have boundaries with yourself. I literally just said that. Okay, yeah. So you need to have boundaries with yourself. Isn't that like funny? You need to have boundaries with you. Yeah, and it's like this girl is like in this bubble, like it's just like crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's like you need to like set the parameters beforehand. If you're going to work on a project from now on, you need to have a system like where it's like, okay, this is how many times I'm going to commit this action, right? And limit it to a few. You don't want it to be some immeasurable number, because you can't compare over a period of time. If you had to choose between 10 different types of mustard versus 3, it's way easier to choose between 3. Discernment, okay? Discerning. It's like what I just said too. That's like really interesting. I love that. And then the 10 is all about completion, you know? Seeing this 10 here, it's like, right now it's like you have to pick your battles. Don't battle with your art or your work. Don't battle with it, just do it. The universe just wants you to do it right now. Voyage, you already have all the answers. Yeah, you do. Like, you already have the answers. You are talented. You have all of the gifts. You have everything that you need. But your job right now is to put it out there. You need to put your work out there. Whatever that work is, you need to put it out there. You can't just, you need to take a break. Take a step back from what you're doing and just be like, okay, like, am I forcing this? Like, am I like really doing way too much? Great. Endings are inevitable. Yeah. Like, this is like it's a toxic pattern, because I see that you're someone who really wants to be productive. And I think like what I'm seeing right now is like you probably get really crushed when you see like people who you think maybe aren't, as good, doing better in whatever field it is that you're doing. And it's like, all you need to learn right now is that you just have to do more. And I think for you, it feels daunting to do more. It feels almost like strenuous to do more. It's like, oh my God, I feel like I barely have any energy to do this. It's like I only have energy like every once in a while to get like this work done. And the solution here is to not work too hard on it. Just do what you can. Create a system for just getting it done. It doesn't really need to be that structured, but it's like you need to really just like think about what you're doing and the fact that you are overdoing it. You don't have to work that hard because you're talented, because you know what? If you create absolute garbage, right? It doesn't matter. At this point, you just need to be doing it, because the more you do it, the more experience you're going to get. And the more you do it, the more consistent you will be with your outcomes. So the universe is saying, if you have to produce garbage, okay? Like, just, it doesn't matter, because eventually everything that you release is going to be beautiful. You just have to do the work. You have to do it. It's already there. Like, don't just focus on this project for like 10 years, because you know what? No one's really going to be able to see it if you're not consistent, because people aren't going to want to gather around it. And, it's just not accumulating its momentum. And that's really what I'm saying here. It's like you can work on this masterpiece forever, but if you're not building the momentum, then it's not going to be as fruitful as you want it to be. And you're also not going to improve as much, because you're going to feel a resistance to your own creative process. Like, you won't even want to work, because you're going to feel like it's a daunting process that takes a lot out of you. So it's like really important that you take a step back right now and evaluate if you're being too perfectionistic. Yeah. So that's what the universe wants you to know right now. Like, this is not the time, like, especially in the time we're in, now is the time to just create every single day. Set limits on it. Just like 80% rule. I think it was like Hank and John Green, the Vlogbrothers. They talk about the 80% rule a lot. And it's like, you don't need to be 100%. Just do like 80%, because 100% doesn't actually exist. And trying to achieve that last 20% is going to take way more time than it did to achieve that 80%. Anyway, I hope you guys liked your reading, and I really hope that you guys start, working on your creative process, because you guys will be super successful if you start just releasing and producing in like quantity, because you've already got it. You already have the talent. You don't have to be perfect, because when people see what you produce, they will see it as perfection, regardless of what you even think. Okay? So I hope you guys like your reading. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. So for those of you that chose pile number 4 with the tree agate, let's get into your reading. Okay, so starting off, we have the Hierophant. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. Interesting. Then we have the High Priestess in reverse. Wow. Like, never seen a spread like this. Then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Knight of Cups And then we have the King of Cups. Okay. So what does the universe want you to know right now? What do your guides and spirit guides want you to know right now? Okay, so what I'm seeing right now is this conflicted masculine energy. I'm seeing that, oh, wow, I'm actually seeing I'm seeing a conflict of like, okay, so what I'm seeing right now is like there's like a conflict between your masculine energy, and it's like you do not like trust the masculine side of you. Almost. It's like you're in resistance to authority, I see. I'm seeing someone that's really in resistance to authority, but also doesn't know how to be super self-sufficient. Like I'm seeing that it's like you're almost like really strict and like really like maybe a little bit like you have very great discerning powers, but at the same time you do not trust yourself and your discernment, and you do not trust others' abilities to discern for you. It's like you're stuck between this lack of trust for others and lack of trust for yourself, right? And so with like this Hierophant and the Emperor in reverse, I'm seeing like this part of you that is very aware, very thoughtful and understanding. But I'm also seeing like a part of you that is in resistance to your own understanding and in resistance to what other people are telling you right now. Yeah, it's like I think people are really trying to reason with you right now, but it's like, really, it's like, you know, the answers are within yourself, ultimately. And I'm seeing that, like, what I'm noticing right now are like these two pillars, like 11-11 sort of, but what I'm getting right now is that I think pile number 4, I think you're struggling with your spirituality. I think I think what I'm seeing is that you're almost you're almost very skeptical of everything, and you don't want to trust your intuition, and it's like you don't want to give yourself over to your spiritual needs. It's like maybe I think you're in resistance a little bit to anything that might be a little bit too outside of the norm. Like maybe you are someone who isn't very spiritual. Like you might be like religious, or you might be someone who is agnostic or atheistic, but you also kind of feel like there's something else out there that's more in alignment with spirituality and maybe like a more new agey sort of sense of the world. And it's like, maybe it's because you've been hurt so many times by the world, you kind of want to, what I'm thinking is like you kind of want to be proven that this is real. And the universe and your spirit guides want you to know that this is real, right? They want you to know that you can trust yourself and trust what downloads have been given to you. Because what I'm seeing here is like you're someone who's dipping your toe into your gifts, and like you've gotten some downloads, you've gotten some information from the universe, but you almost just like don't trust it because it doesn't fit your idea of what, you know, is right spiritually or systematically. Maybe you're a skeptic about like whether anything outside of you is real. And really, I mean, nothing really exists outside of you, right? Because like it's all within you. But it's like, I'm talking about the idea that there's other stuff out there. Like there's something spiritual about the world, that things, you know, work via vibration, or there's manifestation or anything like that. And so I see that you're kind of in resistance to that. It's like, but at the same time, you don't agree with where things have been. So the universe is just trying to tell you like, yeah, it's real. It's real. And we want you to know that. And so I think this represents like the duality that you're experiencing, like in the physical world. It's like you're experiencing like this question. And I think the answer to your question right now is yes. Yes, this is happening to you. And if you've been wanting confirmation, see this as your confirmation of that. You don't have to juggle between these two ideas if you don't want to. And it's like, it's okay to juggle because you want to have like this healthy balance between the left and the right brain. Like, that's what I'm seeing here. But it's like, it's important for you. With the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, I think it's like, open your heart right now. Open your heart to the possibility of something else being out there, because I don't see this mindset serving you anymore. I see it as like something that you don't really like because it's causing you to be cynical about life. And right now it's like you need to give yourself emotionally to what serves you. So it doesn't mean like, oh, like you should believe in this. It's like, no, now is the time to start trusting your intuition and believing in things that make you happy. So if you want to believe in science, for example, if you want to believe in fairies, believe in those things. Choose your hallucination, because you know what? Life is a hallucination. This is, you know, like we're all perceiving things completely differently. We all experience such different things. Some people see things that other people can't see, right? It's just like if someone has like astigmatism or something, they see things differently than someone that has, you know, a non-astigmatism in their eye, right? So every single person, there's like billions of people on the planet. Everyone is seeing the world and hallucinating the world how they want. The universe is telling you to hallucinate the world in the way that benefits you and your happiness, right? You want to capitalize on your happiness here. Not like to like, you know, be a narcissist and like say like, oh, F everybody. No, like just try focusing on things that make you happy. It's okay to not believe in, you know, something if it makes you unhappy, because a lot of people will do that. And it's like, we all don't know the very specifics of what is going on. That's not the point of being here, right? Like, what is the point of being here if you know exactly every detail of what's going on? We all have bits and pieces in us, but it's like, it's up to you to choose, because you know everyone, and also everyone's origins are different. So people don't necessarily have to go to the same place or have the same afterlife or whatever. It's like, it's up to you. You have to decide what feels right to you, right? If you don't like something, you don't have to believe in it. If you have a thought, you don't have to agree with that thought. Okay, so what other messages? Peace. I love that. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you have to choose what you want to believe in. And this girl is meditating right here. Like, it's like she's in a spiritual practice right now. She's meditating. like what, maybe you grew up in like a, you know, a different religion, like a major religion, for example, and you don't like the structure, you don't like maybe the way that it operates, you don't like that, like the system of it. And it's like, now you're like, I want to choose the way I want to believe. I want to be able to pick and choose the things I believe, you know, that make me happy. Fruition. I feel like this card is often coming up for people. And I think like this crown chakra, I think this bouquet of fruits is like the crown chakra. It's like you have to allow yourself to go where you want to go mentally. You have to allow yourself extremes, right? So what I'm seeing with this card is like, there's like this person who's up and they're sweating. I'm sweating currently. It's like really hot where I am. It's like my computer is making noise right now. So if you guys hear my computer, it's because it's like burning in my house and the fan it just turned on. So sorry about that. It's definitely extreme up in here. But the extremes card right here, it's like someone who's like up at night, just really disconcerted with life, just like things are just not working out for them, like they're not at peace mentally, and it's just keeping them up. And it's like, I see that maybe you're just dealing with some sort of anguish internally because you're not allowing yourself to feel the way you want to feel about things. You're hearing people, maybe it's even other spiritual people, you're hearing them say, oh, this is how things work. This is how you manifest. This is how you find peace. This is how you raise your vibration. It's like, no, actually, you set all the rules for that. That's up to you. If you think such thing raises your vibration, such thing raises your vibration. If you think, you know, anything that you decide it is, it's like, you don't have to waver anymore. You have to trust yourself and stop letting other people tell you the rules. You do not. That's what I was talking about earlier with the authority thing. Like, you seem to not really like the authority aspect of spirituality or your religion or something. There's something about it that is like bugging you. And it's just saying like, you know what? You get to choose what you believe. You get to choose what's in your mind. And if it's causing you to be up at night, if it's causing you to feel anguish, then it's not for you. Just discard it. It's up to you. You decide, because literally there are billions of people in the world and every single person is going to think a different thing. So you get to decide what you think. Sword, make the change. And the sword here, it kind of makes me think, well, definitely makes me think of the swords, the suit of swords in tarot. And the sword is talking about the mind and ideas. It's like, make the change. You get to choose how you get to think, what your ideas are about the world, and you get to experiment with that over time. You don't have to just stay in one place. You can do what you want. Oh my God. This last card, library. Take control of your own narrative. Wow. You get to choose. You get to choose who you want to be, what you want to think, your ideas about the world. You get to choose your story. You get to choose your hallucination. Take control of your own narrative. It's like, that's like literally everything I've been saying. I'm like, so like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so you get to decide what your story is. Like, if you're the main character, right? Everyone's talking about the main character. If you're the main character, you get to choose where you're going to go next. It's not like someone else is writing it for you. And it's funny because there's like this person who's like on a string, or like they're being puppeteered. And it's like, they're not in control. It's like, you need to take control. Like, no one, it's like, if you feel like there's something over your head, like if there's something like dangling over your head, like a fear of letting something go, this is your message from the universe that you need to let it go, right? Like, just do what brings you peace. Don't be up at night. Don't, feel like you have to listen to anybody. Trust yourself, because what I'm seeing is that you're not sure who to trust. You don't trust other people. You don't want to trust them because you just don't feel it. But you also feel like you can't trust yourself because it's in opposition to what others have told you. And that's really not the way to go right now. Now is the time to take control of your ideas, take control of your thoughts, take control of your hallucination, take control of your narrative, be who you want to be, and connect with yourself spiritually, because that's what the universe is trying to tell you right now. That's what you need to know right now. It's like so important for you to connect with yourself at this time. And I really hope that you guys find some peace, and you need to take a time to meditate. I think like right after this, you guys need to go sit in meditation and be like, you know what? I'm going to work on this. And it's not going to take it might not take overnight. It could take overnight, but if it takes time, it takes time. But don't live your life in fear. Yeah. Anyways, I wish you guys the best after this reading, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.